At 8:47 p.m., I was the only person left in the school library. Then I heard the date stamp from inside the locked archive room. Thunk, thunk, thunk. I stopped scanning the yearbook in front of me. The library was dark except for the desk lamp at the circulation counter. Rain tapped against the tall windows behind the shelves. I looked toward the back hallway. The archive room door was shut. The small sign on it said, "Archive room staff only." I had checked that door 10 minutes earlier.
This makes no sense.
It was locked from the outside. Then I saw the checkout card on my desk. Old yellow paper, soft corners, fresh black ink, name Emily Carter, item, archive room key, due date tomorrow, time 8:49 p.m. I looked at my phone. 8:47, the time on the card was 2 minutes ahead. The archive room was locked from the outside, but someone inside had just checked out my name. My name is Emily Carter. I was 22, working part-time at the Brookhaven High School library while finishing community college. That night, I was supposed to leave at 8, but Mrs. Lau, the head librarian, asked if I could stay late and finish scanning one last box of old yearbooks for the alumni office. The school's 100-year anniversary was coming up. They wanted old photos, club records, and names for a digital archive. Mrs. Lau left at 8:31 p.m. I remember because I watched her car pull out through the rain-streaked windows near the reference section. Before she left, she gave me the temporary library key and pointed toward the back hallway. "Don't open the archive room after 9, she said. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. The archive room door was old, heavy metal, no handle on the inside. If it shut behind you, someone had to open it from the hallway side. I didn't have that key. I only had the key to lock the main library doors. So I stayed at the circulation desk, scanning yearbooks, listening to rain, trying to finish one last box before I went home. The first hour was boring old football photos, drama club cast lists, homecoming court students smiling in black and white pictures, like they had no idea anyone would ever look at them again. Then the date stamp hit from the back hallway. Thunk, 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 and that checkout card appeared on my desk. I stared at it for a few seconds before touching it. It looked like something pulled from a drawer. No one had opened in years. Yellow paper, soft edges, a faint crease down the middle, but the ink was fresh. I pressed my finger lightly against my name. Black ink smeared across my fingertip. I pulled my hand back. Maybe Mrs. Lau had written it before she left. Maybe it had slipped out of the box of yearbooks. Maybe I was tired and had missed it sitting there. I wanted one of those answers to be true. I looked at the card again. 8:49 p.m. Then I looked at my phone. 8:49 p.m. 2 minutes had passed. Mrs. Llewell had been gone for 18 minutes. I had watched her taillights disappear through the rain. The archive room key was locked in the staff box, and I had never signed it out from the back hallway. The sound came again. Thunk. Just once, like someone had stamped another card. I didn't step toward the archive room right away. I took a picture of the checkout card first. Then I backed away from the circulation desk and called Mrs. Lowell. The call rang once, then failed. My phone vibrated in my hand, no service. That made no sense. I had used it 10 minutes earlier. I tried to text her. The message sat there, not delivered from the back hallway. The stamp hit again. Thunk. Then I heard something softer, paper sliding across a desk. I stood completely still. The rain kept tapping against the windows. The fluorescent light above the reference section buzzed once, then steadied. I looked toward the archive room. The door moved, not much, maybe 2 inches, just enough for the darkness inside to open like a crack. I grabbed the heavy metal book cart beside the copier. I pushed it in front of me as I walked closer, slowly. The wheels squeaked on the old carpet. The archive room was empty. At least it looked empty. One desk lamp was on. Its light made a small yellow circle over the metal table. The date stamp sat beside a stack of checkout slips. Every slip had my name on it. Emily Carter, 8:49 p.m. Emily Carter, 8:56 p.m. Emily Carter, 9:01 p.m. Then I saw the last one. Archive room key, returned 9:03 p.m. I looked at my phone. 9:02. My mouth went dry. I backed toward the door, keeping the book cart between me and the filing cabinets. That was when the door clicked shut behind me. Not slammed, just closed. Click. I turned and reached for the handle. There wasn't one, only a flat metal plate. I pressed my palm against it, then pushed nothing. I turned back toward the room. Rows of filing cabinets stood against the wall. Old yearbooks sat in boxes on the floor. A small fan in the corner wasn't plugged in, but one blade moved slightly just once. Then something slid under the door. A key. It came from the hallway side, slow, deliberate. Attached to it was a paper tag, archive room returned. I heard breathing outside the door, not loud, not dramatic, just close enough to know someone was standing there. I stepped back. The key stayed on the floor between my shoes. Then the person outside knocked once, softly, knock. After that, the footsteps moved away through the library, slow, calm, past the reference section, past the circulation desk, toward the front doors. Someone hadn't been trying to get in. They had locked me inside. I didn't scream. I forced myself to breathe. The door hadn't latched all the way. The key under it had stopped it from catching clean. I grabbed the book cart and shoved it into the gap near the bottom of the door. Once, nothing. Twice, the metal frame groaned. On the third push, the latch shifted. The door opened just enough for me to squeeze through sideways. I left the archive key on the floor. I didn't want to touch it. I ran through the reference section, past the old yearbooks, past the checkout cards still lying on my desk. My phone caught service near the front door. I called 911. Then I pulled the fire alarm. Mr. Hanley, the night custodian, reached the library first. 2 officers arrived a few minutes later. They checked every aisle, every cabinet, every closet. No one was inside. The archive room was locked again from the outside. The next morning, Mrs. Lewell pulled the checkout log from the staff drawer. There were 3 lines under my name: temporary library key, 7:12 p.m. archive room key, 8:49 p.m. Archive room key returned, 9:03 p.m. The first signature was mine. The other 2 looked almost exactly like mine, but I never signed them. Mrs. Lowell opened the drawer where she kept old checkout cards. One card was sitting on top, same yellow paper, same soft corners, fresh black ink name, Emily Carter item, archive, room key status, return condition, still inside. I went there to scan old records by morning. The newest record in that room was mine.